The great debate dubbed Buttergate rolls on. Fonterra's boss dismissing an idea to discount the yellow gold to Kiwi shoppers, instead calling the record high butter prices a good news story for the economy. Political editor Mikey Sherman has more.
From politicians
as we deal with Buttergate
to the public.
Everyone's talked about it, so yeah, it's not good.
The cost of this Kiwi staple is on everyone's lips.
If it's produced locally, why can't we pay local prices, right?
It's expensive, yeah. I support to give Kiwi a better price. Please, Fonterra.
After avoiding questions at Parliament this week, today the Fonterra boss fronted up saying it's a good news story.
It will be roughly $25 billion for the New Zealand economy as well.
Wonder how that feels to the solo mum in South Dunedin or South Auckland or Porirua or the East Coast. This is great because it's going to inject $25 billion into the economy and their share prices are going to go up. Like, in all seriousness, someone might have missed the mark on how to address the public who are feeling like they're suffering at the moment under the cost of living. Hey, good on you guys. You know all that money you're paying? It's making a good bunch of money for a small number of people.
Be roughly $25 billion for the New Zealand economy is what we'll generate as an organisation this year. And we've seen that play out in particular through butter prices, where those butter prices are up in the last couple of years by 60-odd%, give or take. As I say, that is a good news story.
Consumers paying 60% more for butter, though, may feel differently.
Well, as I say, the international market is determining what that price looks like.
And here's how it works.
But see, they're going to give you the formula now. I mean, we spoke to Craig this evening, but I'll play the formula first.
500-gram block of butter sold for $8.60. Fonterra says 80% of the cost comes from the global butter price.
So take off 20%. So take off, let's just call it $1.50. So $7 is the global butter price. That I would still like to ask the CEO why is it being based on the global butter price? Why have we got butter? And I know that Craig kind of explained that it has to be. Why does it have to be? Right? Why is it that, like the butter that Fonterra's got, that's not going to auction. They've already got it. I mean, it's theirs. They put it to auction for the global butter price, but the other stuff they've got, they're not buying it off themselves, or are they? Someone said something like that last night, one company to another. They've already got it.
This is making me feel stupid because I don't get it either.
But that's what I was trying to say. I'm not. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. So it's based on the global butter price. Why is it based on the global? But why? You need to be a 3-year-old talking to him. But why? But why? But why? And if it comes down to because of legislation. Yeah, that's the thing. If it is because of legislation
can be changed.
That's exactly the point. If but why turns into because it's written into law, so then the response is, oh, okay, so we can change the law.
So then the government tables a bill that says a certain percentage of Fonterra's production has to be reserved for the New Zealand market and is removed from the pool that goes into the international market. Boom! Has to. Legislated. We also legislate a better supermarket. Chain has to come in.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep going.
The rest is made up of margins from producers, distributors and retailers, the cost of transporting it and finally GST. But many question why Kiwis are paying the global price instead of an alternative local one.
We know we have an obligation to sell here in New Zealand, and we do that, and we support the New Zealand economy. But our job is to not come in with a two-tier pricing system, to your question.
But why? Why is your job not to come in with a two-tier system? Why not? Because you could if you wanted to. We could if it was legislated. So, but why? Why not?
And discount here in the New Zealand market.
It's made here, so we should pay our prices.
I mean, if it's being made here, then why not, you know? It makes sense.
Well, it's keeping New Zealand's economy going, and somebody has to pay for that.
95% of Fonterra's product is sold internationally, while New Zealand makes up 5%.
If you're going to get into discounting by product, this is not a game that we're playing.
After facing
But why? Why not? So I got the headline, but why?
Few tough years, Fonterra's revenue is expected to be $25 billion this year for its 8,500 farmers.
Do you actually understand what it's like for consumers to go to the supermarket and face these prices?
Absolutely. I was in the supermarket myself last night.
What do you get paid?
Yeah, but you have $6 million.
But what do you get paid by Fonterra?
You can see that in the annual report, which comes out in a few months' time.
Just under $6 million.
So it's about what we can do to support the New Zealand economy.
Butter still a hot talking point. Mikey Sherman, One News.
Yeah, but look, I mean, I don't want to get into another debate around what's someone worth, what they're being paid, yada, yada, yada. But the big issue there, which we'll all agree with, is he said, yes, I understand what it's like Kiwis struggling in the supermarket. No, but just be honest, because you don't. Yep. You don't. Because as soon as you say yes, of course someone's going to go, but you make $500,000 a month. How can you understand what it's like for that solo mum or that family with two?
For that?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he prepared for that question?
Yeah.
Like, he legitimately got shitty about it.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a question you weren't prepared for. But you can't go, oh no, I get it. Things are really tough. I was in the supermarket. But then and then immediately flows out, but you have $6 million this year. Like, so it doesn't matter. You can just put your hand in a shelf and just put it in the trolley. You never even have to think about it. Like, that's very different from what the experience of what many New Zealanders are having. So why, if you avoided saying that, you probably would have avoided the follow-up question. Because when you try to pretend to empathize that you know how tough it is, this is the criticism that I had of Nicola Willis the other day. She's on 300,000. And I thought that was a bit rich for you to go, oh, look, I understand it. A lot of Kiwis are doing it tough. No, you don't understand. You might have been told. You don't understand. Don't try and empathize.